Hello and welcome to our School at Home class in English Grade 9. We are in the fourth quarter of our set of lessons and I hope everybody will delight in learning today with lesson number 1. After going through the self-learning module, you are expected to identify the main idea, the problem and the solution in an article, and judge the relevance and worth of ideas, soundness of author's reasoning, wants to convey that some public personalities pretend to have a certain character when in front of cameras. In this case, the personality might be pretending to be generous simply because cameras are in front of her. Number 2. Is the cartoonist successful in delivering that message? Yes, the cartoonist is successful. The message of the sketch is easy to understand because of some labels like donation and some public personalities. The speech bubble also helps a lot in transferring a clear point. Today, we'll learn how to judge the relevance and worth of ideas, soundness of author's reasoning, and the effectiveness of the presentation. In order to do that, let's study some of these words first. Relevance means importance. Reasoning is another word for logical thinking. Soundness is the quality of being sensible, reasonable, or rational. Worth is the value or importance of something. Read this passage silently. I'll give you 1 minute to do that. Let's check your comprehension. Number 1. What is the problem that the passage wants to address? Right. It wants to answer the question, is faith in God important in one's life? Number 2. What is the speaker's stand on the issue? Correct. The speaker says that those that do possess faith generally lead blessed, fun-filled lives, despite the various trials and tribulations encountered along the way. Those that do not, on the other hand, are usually pessimistic, miserable, and drama-prone. Number 3. What does the writer propose? Yes, the author proposes people to have faith, to have a profound difference in the quality of their lives. People have a tendency to assume that what is written is accurate. This is not the case all the time. There are elements that we have to check before we can accept that something written has relevance and worth of ideas, soundness of author's reasoning, and an effective presentation. These elements include visible and existing references, the problem, the speaker's stand, and the proposed solution. Effectiveness of the presentation can be checked through the clarity of the main idea. Use of non-prose materials like graphs, diagrams, and the likes can be used to further allow the readers to understand the text better. Elements of an effective presentation. Problem. An article needs to have a real problem that needs to be resolved. Something that is addressed to a specific kind of people. Speaker stand. The speaker stand can be clearly expressed or implied. Whichever the case, a speaker stand should be present in the article. Proposed solutions. For the author's presentation of article, a concrete solution has to be recommended before the piece of writing ends. References. To ensure credibility in an author's work, references from other resources should be readily available, may it be online or in printed form. If it is hard to find another reference that has the same claims with that of the writer, then the claim can be considered unfounded or fictitious. Let's see how much you've learned so far. Identify the element present in each opinion. Your choices are A. The problem, B. Reference or references, C. Speaker stand, and D. Proposed solution. Write your answers on a piece of paper. I'll give you 1 minute to answer the following items. Timer starts now. Time's up. Let's check your answers. If you answered C in number 1, you are correct. If you answered D in number 2, you are correct. If you answered B in number 3, you are correct. If you answered A in number 4, you are correct. If you answered D in number 5, you are correct. Let's have another activity. Choose the correct response that best answers the question. Write your answers again on a piece of paper. I'll give you 1 minute to answer the following items. Timer starts now. Time's up. Let's check your answers. If you answered D, stay at home in number 1, you are correct. If you answered C in number 2, you are correct. If you answered A in number 3, you are correct. If you answered E in number 4, you are correct. If you answered B in number 5, you are. Find the words that are important in judging the relevance and worth of ideas, soundness of reasoning, and the effectiveness of the author's presentation. The words that you need to find include references, problem, solution, stand, opinion, and author. I'll give you 15 seconds to find the words. Timer starts now. Time's up. I hope that you're able to find all the words. For today's valuing, let's remember that faith in God isn't just an idea that we hold on to in times of trouble. Faith in Him is what helps us get through difficult situations, illuminating the dark path ahead of us. For our post-test, I need you to read this passage silently. I'll give you a minute to do that. Timer starts now. Time's up. How much did you learn from the passage? Let's see. Ready your pen and paper. I'll give you 30 seconds to answer this activity. Timer starts now. Time's up. Let's check your answers. If you answered A in number 1, you are correct. If you answered B in number 2, you are correct. And if you answered C in number 3, you are correct. I hope that you've learned something in today's lesson. Again, this is lesson number 1 of English 9, 4th quarter. Goodbye and see you in the next lesson.